Hi everybody, MVP here. It's at the weekend. I'm just looking through the charts, see what's been happening this week. I was pretty tied up at work, so really didn't get a chance to do much at all, unfortunately. I managed to get a few posts on my thread at Trade to Win, but generally, yeah, it's difficult to get involved with trading or looking at anything really at the moment. Hopefully next week will be better. Let's see what happened this week. While we're here, let's just see what we've got. Okay, first of all, let's just flick up a US 30. This is the Dow 30. And look at that, 11,000 points. Wow. Good week then for the Dow. Regardless of what's going on in the world, the Dow started relatively flat, bouncing around here about 10.7, 10.8. And then from Tuesday, bang, up she went. Tuesday, big low day. Then relatively flattening out, reaching for the sky, coming back, almost a range there, and again back up at the 11s. Not really breaking the 11 yet. Is it going to drop now, retrace, or is it going to go up? Who knows? You tell me. Answers on a postcard, everybody. So that was the kind of background to what was going on with the US 30. Let's see what was happening on the charts. Okay, I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, so I'm going to hide that. Right, on the charts, here we go. This is a 4-hour chart. This is a 501. Yeah, a 501 FX correlator. What that means is that it's not being distorted by the traditional lower moving averages that I'm using for some of my indicators now. This is free flowing, so when you see something moving upwards, it really is moving upwards. There's no distortion. When you see it falling, it's falling. This should be coming in at about the 4th, the start of the week. Yep, and this is the week's activity. So what's been happening this week? Well, bear in mind, if you remember, we had a fairly flattish start to the week, and then the US 30 went ballistic. It went all the way up to 11,000, and generally, if you follow my thread, you'll know that what I'm really looking for is some of the very much lower or almost zero yielding currencies. They're the ones that should be being used as risk plays. So when the global equities are rising, those currencies should be falling, theoretically, therefore leaving the others to rise, because they've got nothing else to do. Remember, the G8 currencies, currencies that I use, it's a zero-sum game. If X go up a certain value, then the others must equate to that value going down. It's a zero-sum game. So let's see what happened. In fact, given that the US 30 did go up so much in the week, you would have expected the yellow yen to fall and certainly the dollar to fall, given that it's going through a lot of troubles at the moment. And we have a bit of a wild card at the moment. That's the grey Swiss franc. I'm not sure what camp that's in at the moment. It used to be in the Euro tribe camp and can sometimes move traditionally with more what the euro and the pound are doing. But other times, because it is relatively a safe haven, it more recently has been joining the yellow yen and the green dollar, my tag team. It's been generally following them. This week it chose to take a fairly stable to slightly falling position, following the guys. The yen stayed pretty neutral, to be perfectly honest with you. In fact, it came up during the end of the week. Huge amounts of buying going on the yen. People love the yen at the moment. It's actually now pretty much 0% yield. So, boy, cheap as chips. Further down, it was the dollar that got hit the worst. I know it doesn't look much here, but believe me, during the week that was painful for the dollar. So the dollar was the thing to be selling this week. That was what was going on in the world. Apart from that, anything of impressive? Well, the euro came off at the start of the week, a little bit of selling off there, but it's been impressive during the week. The same with the Aussie dollar. It's been quite impressive. Pound's been a mixed bag, relatively neutral on the New Zealand dollar, relatively neutral on the CAD. So they were the kind of things to be looking for, and that's what, hopefully, some of my current trial indicators would have been doing, using the triple arrow system. So let's see if they actually did, shall we? Let's see if that happened. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with my arrow-based systems. If you remember, I've got loads of arrows everywhere. Come to my Trade to Win site and you'll understand what these are actually doing. All they're doing generally is giving me triple signals, different time frames. Generally, this is all on a 1 minute. That's actually a scalping system I'm trialing at the moment. But the ones I'm actually showing on the thread are more related to. There's a 4-hour chart that I use on a 21 setting. There's a 1 hour I use on a 21 setting, and then I drop down to the 15 minutes, and I go for a 14.3 setting, okay, which is a kind of slightly slow 21 setting, 20 moving average. So the name of the game for me is the 20 moving average across basically 3 time frames. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to bore you with looking at the 15-minute time frame for the week, because clearly that would be just so crowded it would be untrue. What I'm just going to show you is where the prices were moving for the two higher time frames and how they were actually setting up. Okay, so let's just show you what we have here. Okay, let's see what was happening. Let's start with the 4-hour on the 21 setting. Remember, this is on a 21 setting. Okay. Let's see what we had. Now, remember, if you look across here to the right, top right, this is again on that 500 one. Do you remember I said that the euro looked pretty good towards the back end of the week? So what you'd expect to see here on the 20 moving averages, would you'd expect the euro to certainly be up there. And sure enough, I mean, the euro comes down at the very start of the week, probably Monday through to early hours of Tuesday. And then look at that. It spends the rest of the week nicely above that dotted line, above the zero. So that would have been given a buy signal, an upwards arrow, okay? And it dropped down right at the death, virtually about lunchtime on Friday. So that's good. That's good. And if we drop down here to the 1 hour, you can see that Monday was not a good day. In fact, Monday was a sell day. If we then follow through on the 15, so you can see here's the 1 hour below the zero. And it was below the zero there. Trust me, it's a bit crowded, but it was. But then really, after that, coming into Tuesday, look at that. Lovely buy signal coinciding with here. Again, it stayed above, coinciding with here. Bobbled around a little bit more on Thursday. So Thursday it became a little bit more problematic. And then Friday, actually, it fell below. So as you can see, middle of the week, we did have some trades on, presumably on my system, certainly buying euro, because I would expect the 15-minute to be supporting this, believe me, and it would have been. I know my systems pretty well now. So that's pretty good. So that would have been the euro sorted. I'm running out of time here as usual. You only get about 10 minutes on YouTube. Again, let's talk the second one. Now, I did comment that the Aussie dollar had a better middle to end of the week, so let's see what we meant. Sure enough, here we are on the 4-hour. No, the Aussie dollar was having a pants start to the week, as you can see. It was definitely a sell. And down here, there were some definite sells here, you see. So the Aussie dollar was definitely a sell. But come the middle of the week, when did it hit there? That hit on, and it will come to me if I sit here long enough. That's 8 o'clock on the 6th. That's Wednesday. So late Wednesday, and then for next day or so, Aussie dollar was up. Here's Wednesday. Yep, Aussie dollar came up Tuesday actually. So it had to wait here. So it was lagging. The 1 hour would have given the signal, but you had to wait for the 4-hour in this particular setup. And there it is. It comes down, goes up. Lovely, lovely signals here. That's very nice overnight on Thursday. I think to recall that there were some good signals overnight on Thursday, and then it's dribbling down again. It's actually popped back up right. It popped back up right at the end for a final flurry on Friday. Okay, so they're probably the two superstars of the week. Okay, let's just finish off with the obvious news for the week, the US dollar. Look at that. It comes in at the start of the week well below the dotted zero on the 4-hour, and it pops up about late Monday, early Tuesday, and then back down. Look at that. With obviously yen, but but the dollar stays down. Look, pops up. The dollar really didn't move above the zero all week on the 4 hours, which is interesting. All you had to do then was wait on the 1 hour for it to drop below, and then obviously the 15 as well to give you your triple arrow sales. And you know, Tuesday was lovely. Look at that, Tuesday against the euro, beautiful. Again, Wednesday, very nice. Thursday, nice. Although it did turn around here, it came back through probably about 2 to 3 o'clock came through, and it popped down towards the end again on Friday. So all in all, US dollar sales. And that, my friends, is it. Have a good week and enjoy your trading. That's MVP signing off.